So in today's video, we're going to be discussing how to program a single product view page and include seller information. So what we have here is a single product view page, and so we have product and product details, which we discussed in our previous video. We have a product description here and all the product details at the bottom. So in our programming process, what we're going to discuss is how we got our price, and we got the amount of stock available or our quantity, title, and how we get these quantity inputs to work. So here we can change it as, let's make it, for example, if we make it 0, it will say the quantity must be 1 on the. If we make it, now we know that the quantity here is 5, so if we make it 6, it will say 16, it will say maximum quantity achieved, and it will take us to 5. So that is it for how this program runs on the front end or our user interface. Next we will be discussing how to program our code in order to achieve this. So we are in our home page code, and as we click our buy it now button, it will take us to a single product view. And here in our single product view, we have connected our database and the relevant documents. And moving down, we have linked in our database by writing a few variables to database queries. So here we are going to match our image by typing a database search, select all from images where the product ID is $PIDs, which we have linked up here, which we get from the product ID when we click our product. And from that we have taken the number of image number from the number of rows which we get from our result search, and then we created an array named image. So moving down, if images is not equal to 0, then for x is equal to 0, the image, as long as the image number is greater than x, there will be an image being added continuously until that condition is or that for loop is fulfilled. And so we have our image added here with a style of height 200 pixels, and we have a PHP script to link in our image, and we have an on-click function here. So here we will be having a main image loaded on the click. So that's a JavaScript process which I will be discussing shortly. And other than for that, we have our empty SVGs. So these are for the images if they are empty. So as you can see, there is a else command here. So if there are no images, it will be empty. So our image for the empty items will display here. And here we have created a class named main image and an ID named main image. This is mainly for our image. And let's moving down, we have a home page, and in a we have a home page anchor tag which will redirect us to a home page. And we have programmed in our price, our title, and we have calculated our differences. So we have added this part of the calculation here, and after adding this calculation, we have taken the variables which are linked to the values which we get as results or answers, and then we have added it in here into a program. And moving down, we have our seller's details. So here we have our seller and the number of details he has sold. So he has sold 10 products, so that is mentioned in a separate box or a separate division. And here we have the box saying that to stand a chance to get 5% by using Visa or MasterCard. And when we go down to a quantity, on the key up value, so that means as soon as we take our finger off a key, the product quantity is going to display. So here we have the check value, which is also another JavaScript function, and we have more JavaScript functions. So quantity increase, quantity decrease, and we have the cards which we have added here during our design, as I mentioned before. And finally we have a brand name, um, M name, model name, and a description. So earlier these were named as brand name, model name. So earlier we just had to type brand and model, but now since we have added a database search query saying that taking the model name as M name and the brand name as B name from product. So, and we have inner joined those two values to our query and our program. That is how we no longer use brand and model anymore. So that is that, and we have a footer, and finally we have a echo if something goes wrong during the process. And moving down, we are going into a JavaScript, and here in a JavaScript we have opened a function for to load in a main image. So that's taken from the product image ID and the source, and we have a main image, and we have the main style and background image. So another function which we opened up was the function check value. So the var input get element by id the quantity input. So if that value is less than or equal to 0, the quantity must be 1 or more. If it is maximum quantity achieved, it's going to be the input value should be greater than the quantity. So if and here we have another JavaScript command for quantity increase, another function. So here it's going to say have a quantity input, and if our input value is less than a quantity, then we are going to have a variable named new value, and integer is going to be added, and with a +1 the input value will be then made into a new string, which we can see in our screen. Else it will say maximum quantity achieved. So when I type 16, it automatically became 5 thanks to this process, because 5 is the number of products which we have the most. And here I tried to add 0. In this same case it's the opposite, but it became 1 because the minimum product quantity is 1. So that is that for how to program this single product view page including the seller's details. Thank you for watching.